Did you know that over 70% of motorcycle owners never go beyond basic maintenance? That means the majority are missing out on serious performance, safety, and longevity upgrades, and they don't even realize it until something breaks. In this video, we're diving into 10 game-changing things you'll absolutely regret not doing to your bike. These aren't beginner tips or shiny cosmetic mods. These are the hidden upgrades, tweaks, and checks that seasoned riders swear by but rarely talk about. Don't skip number 4. It's the silent killer that wrecks your ride from the inside out. Let's get in. Number 1. Ignoring suspension tuning. If you're still riding around on factory suspension settings thinking it's just fine, you're basically trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. Suspension tuning isn't just for racers or track junkies. It's the difference between your bike feeling like a precision instrument or a pogo stick on caffeine. A poorly tuned suspension can make your cornering feel vague, your braking unpredictable, and your butt sore for no reason. And most bikes are set up for an imaginary 160-pound rider who lives on perfectly smooth roads. Sound like you? Didn't think so. Spend an afternoon dialing in your preload, rebound, and compression to match your weight, riding style, and local roads. You'll feel the difference instantly. It's like giving your motorcycle a pair of custom-fitted shoes, and it'll thank you in the twisties. Don't skip the next one because this is the silent killer for your motorcycle. Number 2. Skipping valve clearance checks. Skipping your valve clearance checks is like ignoring a tiny time bomb inside your engine. Your valves don't scream for help. Until they're burnt, your engine's down on power, and you're left wondering why your bike sounds like it's choking on its own regrets. As your engine heats, cools, and racks up miles, those clearances change. Tight valves can't fully close, and that leads to lost compression and eventually catastrophic failure. But you might not feel it immediately. Your bike still runs, still starts, maybe just feels a little off. You think it's fine until it isn't. And when the top-end rebuild comes knocking, it's not bringing a cheap bill. So grab a feeler gauge, dust off that service manual, and save yourself a wallet-punching repair. Number 3. Not replacing rubber brake lines. It's a spicy truth no one wants to admit. Your stock rubber brake lines are secretly betraying you. Yep, those squishy factory hoses might have been okay when your bike was born, but after a few seasons of heat, moisture, and UV exposure, they start acting like overcooked spaghetti. You squeeze the lever expecting firm, responsive braking, but instead, it's like wringing out a wet sock. The pressure gets absorbed, not transferred. That means slower stopping, mushy feedback, and, in extreme cases, brake fade at the worst possible time. Upgrading to braided stainless steel lines is a night and day difference. It's one of the cheapest and most satisfying performance upgrades you'll ever do. Number 4. Riding on old bearings. If your wheels sound like they're whispering secrets at low speed, or growling like an angry raccoon, you're probably riding on bearings older than your riding jacket. And old bearings don't fail gracefully. They go from, that's a weird noise, to, why is my front wheel wobbling like a shopping cart? Real quick, worn wheel or steering head bearings affect handling, braking, and stability, aka the holy trinity of not crashing. The crazy part? Bearings are cheap, but ignoring them can cost you tires, alignment, and potentially the whole ride. So unless you enjoy the sensation of your bike having a mid-corner identity crisis, replace those old bearings before they turn your motorcycle into a vibrating death rattle. Number 5. Neglecting fuel system cleaning. If your bike's throttle response feels like it's thinking about it first, then doing it second, you're probably riding with a fuel system full of regrets and gunk. Ethanol-laced gas turns into varnish faster than you think, especially if your bike sits for a few weeks. That buildup clogs injectors, gunks up carbs, and turns your fuel lines into sticky spaghetti. And the worst part? You'll blame everything else. Spark plugs, air filters, maybe even mercury in retrograde, when really, your bike's just trying to breathe through a dirty straw. Cleaning your fuel system isn't just preventative, it's performance saving. Drop some high-quality injector or carb cleaner in the tank every few fill-ups, and flush the system at the start or end of each season. Number 6. Avoiding a throttle sink. If your bike has multiple cylinders and you've never done a throttle sink, well, congrats. You've been riding a motorcycle that's arguing with itself. Avoiding a throttle synchronization is like putting 4 roommates in a house and expecting them to agree on the thermostat. Each cylinder has its own throttle body, or carb slide. And if they're out of sync, one's working harder, another's slacking, and the result is a bike that feels rough, idles weird, and vibrates like a paint shaker. You might think it's just the way the bike runs. Nope, a proper throttle sync smooths everything out. Better throttle response, improved fuel economy, and less engine strain. It's one of those tweaks you feel immediately. Avoiding it means you're leaving performance on the table and possibly shaking bolts loose along the way. Number 7. Not lubricate key components, dry cables, stiff levers, a chain that sounds like it's crying for help. If you're not lubricating your bike's key components, you're basically telling it, suffer in silence. And it will, until your clutch cable snaps mid-ride or your throttle sticks open when you least expect it. Every moving part on your bike, from the throttle and clutch cables to the chain, axles, and pivot points, needs proper lubrication. Without it, you're accelerating wear, inviting rust, and turning smooth controls into a chore. And let's not forget that dry chain slap sound. It's like your bike begging for moisturizer. A few drops of lube in the right places can literally transform how your ride feels. It's the kind of maintenance that takes minutes and saves hundreds. Number 8. Not upgrading lighting for visibility. If you're still relying on that factory candle posing as a headlight, you're basically asking to be invisible after sunset. Stock motorcycle lighting is polite. It gently whispers, "Hey, I'm here," while drivers scroll their phones and merge into your lane like it's a suggestion. Upgrading to brighter LED or HID. Lighting isn't just a cosmetic flex, it's survival. We're talking about doubling your visibility and how far ahead you can actually see. Plus, throw in a set of auxiliary lights or a brighter taillight, and suddenly, you're not just a dot in the darkness, you're a moving spotlight with intent. It's a small investment with a massive return. Regret doesn't come from looking too visible, it comes from being seen too late. Number 9. Ignoring ECU and sensor health. Modern motorcycles are rolling computers with attitude, and ignoring your ECU and sensors is like hoping your brain works fine while skipping sleep, water, and half your vitamins. Your bike's ECU controls fuel injection, ignition timing, throttle response, you name it. But it can only be as smart as the data it's getting. A faulty O2 sensor, dirty map sensor, or lazy throttle position sensor can make your ride feel sluggish, your fuel economy plummet, or your engine run hotter than it should. And most of the time, there's no flashy check engine light screaming at you. It's subtle, just enough for you to think, maybe it's in my head, until it's not. Regular sensor checks and an occasional ECU scan can catch performance problems before they become expensive mysteries. Number 10. Not replacing the air filter. Skipping air filter replacement is like running a marathon with a soaked rag over your mouth. You're suffocating performance, fuel efficiency, and long-term engine health. A clogged filter restricts airflow, messes with your air-fuel ratio, and can even let in dirt that'll sandblast your cylinder walls. Ouch. And don't be fooled if it looks clean. Dust, bugs, and grime don't always show up to the party in bold colors. Air filters are cheap, quick to replace, and offer instant improvement. Crisp throttle response, smoother idle, better fuel economy. It all starts here.